Hallo, herzlich willkommen bei Shilog und zurück zur Demo von The Letter. Neuer Tag, neues Glück. Ich werde jetzt weiterspielen. Beim letzten Mal ging es einfach nicht weiter. Für diejenigen von euch, die noch dabei sind, die Demo ist ja echt lang für eine Demo. Herzlichen Dank fürs Zusehen und fürs Einschalten. Einschalten klingt irgendwie komisch bei YouTube-Videos, ne? Egal. Ihr wisst, was ich meine. Wir machen hier weiter. Irgendwas ist noch new. Hier ist nichts new. Rebecca mag uns weniger, aber das ist, glaube ich, beim letzten Mal schon passiert, weil wir nicht nach Hause gehen wollten. Weil Isabella, eine erwachsene Frau, entschieden hat, nicht zu tun, was eine andere Frau ihr sagt. Verrückt. Ja, und hier... Also die Timeline ist aktualisiert worden. Da wird aber wirklich nur nacherzählt, was passiert ist. Also da gibt es keine neuen Informationen oder Interpretationen, Gedanken, Gefühle, irgendwas. Das ist einfach nur da. So, ja. Gut. Wir sind mit Ash unterwegs. Warum auch immer Isabella sich das freiwillig antut. So sieht's aus. He does not answer. Ich bin mir jetzt gerade nicht sicher, was... Er hat sie irgendwie... Genau, er wollte sie nach Hause bringen. But shortly he stops his car in front of a small, nondescript food stall a little ways away from the movie house. If I wasn't paying closer attention, I would have missed it without a doubt. Was? He motions for me to wait as he gets off the car and walks in its direction. Sheesh, if you want to buy something, just say it. No need to make yourself look mysterious. So ist der Ash aber, glaube ich, drauf. Er will geheimnisvoll wirken. It makes you look more like a dog than cool. Ist Dog noch immer eine Beleidigung? Ich dachte, das wär's seit ein paar Jahrzehnten nicht mehr. Egal. The wait isn't long, however. Soon he's walking back holding two fish-shaped cones in both hands. Ice cream, parfait, a cross of the two. By the time he's back inside the car, I give up any effort to figure out what he bought. Not that it looks bad, it's actually quite cute.
Here, take it.
Er könnte dich vergiften. Ist das eine Entscheidung? Nein. I have to move my head back a little when he thrusts it at me to avoid the ice cream and the fruit topping from ending up on my nose.
What's this for?
Aber schön, dass es seine eigene Grafik hat. Das ist sehr hübsch.
My arm's getting tired.
Vom Halten einer Eiscremetüte.
5, 4, 3, 2.
With a wary glance, I take it off his hands. I still don't understand why there's a need for ice cream today. Nevertheless, I take a small bite. Okay. Also, ich habe ja nichts gegen Storytelling, dass die Geschichte auffüllt und die Handlung begleitet, aber liegt's an mir oder übertreibt dieses Spiel damit ein bisschen? It's actually pretty good. It must have shown on my face because he chuckles and as soon as I take another
Saw
one.
the place open the other day when we watched Zach's movie. Thought I should give it a try.
Hast du dir gedacht, ja?
It doesn't seem like a bad place to get food from time to time.
And you're giving me free ice cream because...
Weil er auf dich steht, Isabella. Ah, die ist voll dense, die Frau.
Do I need to have a reason?
Are you really going to ask me that?
Here's the thing with Ashton Frey. He does not just treat anyone free food because he feels like it. He's that much of a Scrooge. Hell, he even asked me to teach him how to haggle once. Haggle, of all people who'd asked me that. I'd have expected such a request from Becca, but Ash, not at all. If I'm going to be honest, he looks a bit constipated. Constipated? Das Wort habe ich noch nie gelesen, glaube ich. With that expression on his face right now. I think he's starting to regret ever buying this.
The other day? The movie with Zach and Rebecca? Rebecca's there, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah?
Anyway, during the movie, that's to say, we...
Ash hat seine Fähigkeit zu sprechen, also zumindest in ganzen Sätzen zu sprechen, leider verloren.
Shit. Should have written down something first.
Get to the point, Ashton.
Gute Idee.
Right. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry for, not getting to the point.
Das sollte dir aber leid tun.
I'm sorry for the other day. I got carried away. I said things that upset you. I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry.
Ah, ja.
Oh, okay.
Ah, guck mal, da ist sie voll versöhnt. Guck mal, wie lieb sie guckt.
Okay. That's all? That's all you're going to say?
Was? Was?
You're not still angry, are you?
You didn't have to buy me anything. A simple sorry would have been enough.
Ja, aber Eiscreme geht ja immer. I bite into the cone again. A small attempt to keep myself occupied and relieve the heat crawling up my face. It doesn't work, but at least I don't have to look at him. Also, entschuldigt, ich weiß, ich komme darüber nicht hinweg. Dieses ganze Drama. Also, die gruseligen Stellen, die in dem Spiel sind, die sind ja gruselig, aber dieses ganze Seifenoper-Zeugs drumherum. Ich meine, ich reg mich so über die Figuren auf. Ich meine, Isabella braucht echt neue Freunde, oder? Ich meine, Zack ist ja ganz nett, okay. Aber Rebecca ist voll übergriffig und irgendwie auch eingebildet. Sie glaubt, sie weiß alles besser als alle anderen. Ashton ist total arrogant und nervig. Und das Allerschlimmste daran ist, dass ich mich darüber aufrege. Das sollte mir eigentlich völlig egal sein. Ganz ehrlich, wenn diese Demo noch etwas länger geht, drücke ich nur noch so sporadisch auf die Maus und habe hier dann so Popcorn. Kann er doch jetzt nicht ernsthaft sagen. Arme Isabella. Mann. Das ist echt nicht gut für mich, glaube ich. Ich bin viel zu engagiert. Why I'm feeling embarrassed over a thing such as an apology, I have no idea. It's not like it wasn't called for. They were being mean, especially him, and in that fraction of a second it hits me. He skipped his day off just for today. I should be the one apologizing and thanking him. No. Nein, das solltest du nicht. Silence is an awkward company while we finish our respective snacks. There are words for this. For people like us, for understandings and sentiments like this. Yet in this instant they don't come. As promised, he drops me off at the park right after, phrases unsaid still hanging heavily in the air. Ui, neue Location. Location freigeschaltet. Park mit Fontäne. Oh Gott, habe ich mich jetzt erschrocken. Entschuldigt, das war hier. In this weather, the city park gives off a lazier and more languid vibe than usual. Where children are usually seen around and playing, there are now people leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. Was ist das hier? Entschuldigt kurz. So, sorry. Ich hoffe, ich schneide das raus. Aus Versehen eine Katze mit hier eingesperrt. Where children are usually seen around and playing, there are now people leaning back on their picnic blankets, simply enjoying the afternoon sun. The smell of food drifts from nearby food carts, and the wind blows in the right direction. And if the wind blows in the right direction, one will catch the whiff of freshly trimmed grass. Maybe I should try walking home today, to get my mind off things, to try and find the words somehow. I haven't done that in a while.
Thanks, Ash, for today.
No problem. Say hi to Rebecca for me.
Besser nicht, dann wird die noch zickiger.
Yeah, I will.
Solltest du nicht. Even so, I linger. We both do. Wie romantisch. A mild, humid breeze brings the smell of dried leaves, warmed earth, and a far-off distant memory. Of false starts and awkward first meetings. Same place, same people playing the same parts, though not necessarily the same time. Funny how of all the days my brain chooses to remember it now.
Wait, Belle.
Oh, er ist wieder errötet. Was denn noch? Ash exits his car. His strides are unsteady when he approaches me. Or maybe this is uncertainty showing. I'm not sure. He has never looked uncertain to me before. Always calm, always sure, always collected. He stops a short distance from me, close enough that he's within an arm's reach, but just far enough for his voice to be heard over a decent small talk, if this is what this is going to be. He fumbles for something in his pockets.
Here, catch.
Beschmeißt er mich wieder mit Essen? Oh. Er schenkt mir einen Teebeutel? Okay, Beruhigungstee oder was? A small bag lands cleanly on my outstretched hand before it hits the ground. I raise an eyebrow at him and he responds by shrugging and stuffing both his hands back to his pockets. Somewhere to the side he finds an interesting spot to look at. Sometimes you have to wait, Papa said long ago. For once, this time I listen. His voice is halting, hesitant when he finds it again.
My mom used to make me carry around one of those when I was young. To ward off evil and bring you luck, she said. I don't believe in this stuff now, but if it makes you feel safe since you're a total scaredy cat, then I guess it's okay to give you one to carry around.
Das war nicht wirklich ein Teebeutel, kann das sein? Perhaps at the moment there aren't any words for it. I've never been good with those. But right now I can thank him in the best way I know how. Du bist doch nicht so übel? Oder du kannst nett sein, wenn du es versuchst? Ist da irgendwie ein Unterschied? Also ich möchte jetzt schon nett zu ihm sein, weil er ja auf seine arschige Art auch gerade nett ist. Aber ich weiß jetzt nicht, was von beiden netter ist. Gut, also you can be nice when you're trying ist vielleicht so ein bisschen überheblich. Ich weiß nicht, während dieses You're not bad after all ja sagt, du bist kein schlechter Kerl. Ich weiß es, ich nehme das obere. Ich gucke mal, ob das gut war. Scheinbar war das gut. So hoch waren wir nicht, oder? Ich glaube, der mag uns jetzt noch mehr. I closed the short distance separating us. Du küsst ihn jetzt aber nicht, oder? Das wäre zu viel für mich. Das wäre zu viel. And lightly, in place of phrases one can't spin together or answers too early to seek out, I lean over. Sie küsst ihn doch. I give him a little peck on the cheek. Gut. Denke ich. The touch is short, fleeting. The kind that speaks volumes of boundaries we don't often cross as friends. Nevertheless, the thought is there. It lingers. In the gentle autumn wind that passes, in the empty space separating us when I step back and look up at him with a genial smile. It's the easiest to express gratefulness this way, isn't it? At least with my own family, that's the case. For the two of us, I'm not quite sure. Did he understand? After all, gratitude is considerably harder to put into words when you've spent the latter half of your friendship teetering between good-natured jests and ruffling each other's feathers. Seconds pass before he clears his throat. His face has gone remarkably red. Whether from the heat or something else, I can't quite tell. Wirklich? Das kannst du jetzt nicht sagen? Die hellste Kerze am Leuchter ist sie nicht, oder? But he understands. I know he does. Because the smile on him when he finally meets my eye is the gentlest I've ever seen him show.
I, gotta go. Got some reports I forgot to file the other day.
Klar.
Yeah. See you around. Thanks for the ice cream and the charm.
Don't lose it. We won't find one here again if you do.
I won't. I might move like I have 2 left feet, but I know how to take care of my own stuff. I'm not a total klutz.
I know.
In Belle? Remember that one time? Devlin Court?
Also ich jetzt gerade nicht, aber ich bin ja auch nicht Belle. Oh, I do, with all the clarity in the world.
You... At the time, when we... What I'm trying to say is that you can rely on me if something... anything happens. Not the exact same thing, of course, but you get the idea. I'll be around.
Ist das jetzt irgendwas Schmutziges oder geht es um die Leiche im Sofa?
I'll keep that in mind. You're not that bad after all.
Before leaving, he waves at me one last time. The next thing we talk will be back to the way we are. The next time we talk wahrscheinlich, ne? Entschuldigung. Because at the end of the day, that's how things have always moved between us. What we're familiar with, what we're comfortable with. But for all that, it's always easy to put my own faith in him. I just hope I can keep them safe. The light wind blows again, sending dried leaves swirling and the distinct smell of earth into the air. Entschuldigung. Nein, ist wieder nur die Timeline. Okay, an den Profilen ändert sich, glaube ich, auch nichts, ne? For the first time, the sunlight feels less harsh. Maybe a walk is good. I need to stock up my pantry too. Come to think of it, isn't there an art store that has opened recently near the park? Wie kommt sie jetzt auf Art Store? Oh, Entschuldigung, ich muss es weiter drücken. The cat's name is Beruthiel. Welche Katze? Habe ich jetzt irgendwas übersprungen? Or at least that's what his collar says. It's an odd name to give a cat, in my opinion. But it speaks grace. It's much like the one that carries it. It shows in the way he swishes his tail and his eyes follow my hand's every movement. Ich dachte, sie mag Hunde. Gut, ich weiß, das schließt sich nicht aus. I'm not sure what he finds fascinating in me, to be honest. I wasn't the very picture of grace when he found me, after all. It was a bad idea carrying 2 heavy bags of newly bought art materials and groceries without help or a sure ride home. In hindsight, perhaps I shouldn't have bought these all at the same time. I didn't even make it past the park to the nearest bus stop. And now I'm suffering underneath the glaring afternoon sun, hunched up on a park bench and drenched in sweat, in the company of a cat curiously watching my every movement. I hope it stays where it is. It's just a black cat, but back at home they're considered ill omens.
Don't look at me like that. I can act graceful as well if I want to.
Ich bin fast sicher, der Katze ist das egal. Not that I've ever acted graceful in my life, of course. Growing up with a rowdy younger brother and sister does that. Or maybe it's the opposite. Mama used to call me a little troublemaker before. Graceful or not, there's no use moping. A short breather and then I'm off home. Besides, it isn't like the company's bad, even if it's a cat, as long as it doesn't bite or crosses my path.
Well, where's your owner anyway?
Isabella, die Katze wird dir nicht antworten. Und wenn sie dir doch antwortet, es ist keine normale Katze und du solltest gehen, okay? He has one, doesn't he? An owner. That's what the collar is for, right? A bandage is wrapped on one of its paws, though. I wonder what happened to it. Did he run away?
Well, if you don't have one, I won't be able to take you in. My apartment doesn't allow pets. I tried to bring one home before, a cat. Not black, of course.
Of course.
And Rebecca threw a fit before the landlady could.
Also, wenn sie sogar mal eine Katze mit nach Hause genommen hat, warum steht dann hier nicht, dass sie Katzen mag? Hier steht explizit nichts von Katzen. I take a small packet of sweets from one of the bags lying beside me and pop it up. As I'm about to put one into my mouth, he meows. My hand stops.
Do you want one?
Du kannst einer Katze keine Süßigkeiten geben. He doesn't meow again as I'm expecting him to, but I take his unblinking gaze as a yes. I shift the piece to my palm and hold it out to him warily. He sniffs at it once, twice, before...
Borussia!
Oh mein Gott, das Land der unglaublichen Zufälle schlägt wieder zu. Marianne! Like a good, properly trained pet, Beruthiel responds as soon as he's called. Okay, ich nehme alles zurück, das ist auch ohne Sprechen keine normale Katze. Recognition comes as soon as my head snaps up in the direction of the voice. Miss McCulloch is hard to miss, what with her height, but most especially in the way she carries herself.
I'm sorry. Did my cat hurt you?
Ja, zerfleischt hat mich.
Miss Santos, was it? I'm surprised to see you here.
Nice to meet you again, Miss McCullough.
Never mind the pleasantries. Were you harmed in any way? I'm sorry. Beruthiel's not exactly fond of other people. Even ran away from the veterinarian right now.
Oh no, he was just sniffing my hand earlier.
My Beruthiel's a she.
Ooh. She? All this time I thought... The pause in conversation, if this can be called one, is uncomfortable. We're merely 2 people working different jobs for the same client. Frankly, meetings like this don't happen a lot, and if it does, a simple nodding of heads is enough. Still trying to be friendly won't hurt, right? Talk about her cat, talk about her job. Also ich würde normalerweise immer über Katzen reden, aber Sie hat ja gerade schon irgendwie komisch reagiert, als wir das Geschlecht falsch hatten. Und außerdem erfahren wir so vielleicht noch ein bisschen was über das Haus. Warum mache ich mir so große Gedanken darüber? Mein Gott, ich rede über den Film.
I'm just curious about your work.
Wow, guckt euch das mal an. Ich dachte, jetzt geht das abwärts, weil sie gerne über ihre Katze... Was wäre passiert, wenn wir über die Katze geredet hätten? Oh mein Gott. Ja, Isabella ist neugierig. Entschuldigung.
What about it?
There is something guarded in her expression as mention of work, but I pushed through with my question.
I just want to know how it is to work on a house like the Ermengarde mansion. Is it hard?
I guess she wasn't expecting a question like that, if the way her eyebrows shut up tells me something.
Because of its age? I wouldn't say it is. It is a challenge, considering the factors me and my team have to sort out.
Also sie sieht ja zufrieden. Ich glaube, das war, glaube ich, gut. Sie lächelt ja auch. Gut. Ja, ich glaube, das war in Ordnung.
But it's a good project. A breath of fresh air from what I usually work on. And I have a good team. Those original fittings, though. It's what I'm absolutely interested in working on. It might be old, but the architecture is magnificent.
Magnificent.
I'm sure you've seen the stained glass windows in the foyer. Oh, I can already think of so many things I could do with it. But of course, my team will have to double check for necessary repairs here and there. That's probably for the best.
Also eigentlich war Marianne dabei, als Isabella Hannah dieses Glass Window beschrieben hat, also davon erzählt hat.
It's easy to break some key elements with a rush restoration job, and who knows what other hidden issues there might be underneath. People can be so careless.
Ja, wir haben definitiv einen Knopf bei Marianne gedrückt. Sie hört gar nicht mehr auf, von ihrer Arbeit zu erzählen.
I'm sorry. I spoke too much.
Ja.
No, it's okay. You seem to really love what you're doing.
It's not really like that. I'm just lucky to have found work in an interesting field. Anyway, Bruthiel's due for her visit to the vet. Nice talking to you, Miss Santos.
Gerne.
I wish you luck with what you're planning to work on. It seems like a big project, too.
She gestures with her hand towards the bag on the bench, the ones filled with stuff I've recently bought from the art store.
It's a project for a friend, actually.
All the same. Good luck regardless.
I watch her as she leaves, though she stops shortly before crossing the threshold separating the park and the street. She faces me again, looking like there's something she has forgotten to say.
By the way, about the Ermengarde mansion. With my clients, it's the rights, I mean.
Ja.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but has the deal been finalized?
There's still a few papers they need, but the house is more or less theirs now.
Ah, thank you. That's all I needed to know.
Gut, das ist fair, dass sie wissen will, ob sie das Haus auseinandernehmen und wieder zusammenbauen darf, bevor sie das dann auch tut.
Wait, about the mansion. The
letter, the same one they saw. Whoever she is, she's asking for help. Someone. I want to tell Miss McCullough what the urban legends aren't, that the urban legends aren't just legends anymore. They're real. She's not going to believe me.
Don't mind me. I need to go too. Have a good day, Miss McCullough.
Also die hat sich doch mit McCullough vorgestellt, oder? Alle anderen machen nur McCullough, also so ein stummes GH, was ich wohl auch getan hätte. I hastened to pick all the bags I left on the bench and ran as far as my legs can take me. In that moment, what I'm carrying in my hands weighs far lighter than the overwhelming guilt trying to consume me. Home. I want to be home. Anywhere where I won't be reminded of the house. Of her. Of my own cowardice. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that someone who had been on a continuous binge of instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal enjoyable. But it isn't. Hunger isn't what is gnawing on me tonight. Neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when the things you're trying to forget keep returning to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you, eats at you, devours you. I wish this would stop. I wish I wasn't the one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening.
Is Hannah tot?
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Who?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela
Oh, God.
Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
Ich wusste, es hat was zu bedeuten, dass die als einzige keinen Wert in unserer Beziehungsleiste hat. Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Shit. No. No. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one's supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Legends. That's what everyone has kept telling me, so why? And I... Immediately I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly to it as soon as I touch the edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick the device up. But I pay it no mind. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not too long ago and she was okay. No, no, no. It isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I just talked to her and a sob escapes me and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another, they trickle down, weighted by the very same guilt I refuse to admit I've been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put the people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I navigate to Rose's number on my contact list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick it up, tell me to turn down the waterworks and call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Oh, das Weinbild kennen wir noch nicht. Again and again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose! Don't do this to me! Please pick up! I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years.
Finde ich aber nett, dass die Reporterin kurz eine Pause gemacht hat, damit wir telefonieren können.
The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anslem butcher case.
The TV runs loudly in the background. Ja, eigentlich hätte ich damit rechnen müssen. Ich dachte ja schon am Anfang, Rose wäre tot, dass wir sie gar nicht richtig kennenlernen, außer durch diesen ersten Telefonanruf, weil sie halt auch keine eigene Beziehungsleiste hat. Aber jetzt habe ich gerade nicht damit gerechnet. A deafening static sounds from my phone's speakers. But in my ears I can only hear the screams. Her pleas, her whispers, help me. We are not safe. Okay, cut. A buzzing sensation jolts me awake. My body wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Sie hat ja auch den Fernseher angelassen. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is, and the aches that accompany sleeping in a curled-up position the night before. If I've even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. They say it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of one letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it, as if it's calling me back to a sense of normalcy. I check it nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. Von Joan Schulz at Breyer Reality Corp to all BRC employees, entschuldigt, ich spreche das glaube ich immer falsch aus. In light of the recent events Ich glaube, das Wort ist zu viel. There will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company changes, new hierarchy and policies will all be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sales reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective managers for review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. Thank you. Aber sicher, ich wollte das jetzt hier zumachen. If this were one of those typical days, I'd happily comply and get myself to our office. But today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. On the other hand, the place itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. Maybe I'll just... Heißt Stay at Home, wir bleiben einfach so jetzt hier? Oder heißt Stay at Home, wir rufen auf der Arbeit an und melden uns krank? Ja, also das ist jetzt... ich würde in so einem Fall wohl dann eventuell tatsächlich zu Hause bleiben, mich krank melden. Aber ich würde natürlich jemandem Bescheid sagen. Einfach sagen, ich komme nicht, ohne jemanden oder was. Ich gehe zur Arbeit. Moping won't get me anywhere. This is just like one of those things, right? You deal with it with a smile, no matter how bad things get, and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head for the shower. Dieser blöde Brief. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but for me to see. Sie hat bislang nicht mal versucht, das Ding irgendwie zu verbrennen oder im Klo runterzuspülen, ne? Sie schleppt's immer mit sich rum. Every word written on it glares at me. They sneer. They ridicule. Like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick it up and shove it into my bag. Warum? Perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. Komm in eine dieser Instant-Nudelpackungen damit und anzünden. This too I'll deal with. Somehow I'll find a way and make things right. I have to, before it takes more people from me. Even if I must do it on my own. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation. Except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has heard about it. If they missed night's report, they'll likely see it in the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Everywhere is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone's giving me a wide berth as though the mere mention of Rose will be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves to create a bigger hole in the place Rose has left. After lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what it is about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for a dead colleague. Oddly, I'd appreciate it more if he just shouted at me today. Anything is
I'm
better.
sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team and she will be missed.
Warum kriegen wir Sir John eigentlich nicht zu sehen? Wer ist eigentlich... Yang, ich glaube, das sind die das Spiel hier gemacht haben. Entschuldigt, das ist jetzt gerade ein unpassender Moment.
There's no date for a funeral, yet. But those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing the rights papers, and have been promised an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to anyway, if I want to forget. Employee of the month, yay. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of a radio and a member of our janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She
The
remembers
Luxbourne
people-
Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one recognizable name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I've got to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the office for better part of my shift as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, and list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of stuff, they may have a lot of agents hired under their company, but I'll remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters... No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm
But
thinking.
Rose is...
Something snaps into place in the fraction of a moment. These people, Rose, the letter...
I need to... No, if it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe... I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there's still a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that will be useful, I grab all of them and stuff them in my bag. I can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise shuts sharply through the room, stopping my hand short of cramming a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
Someone must have left the printer open again. Uh-oh. I may be in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time it's Rose who does the nagging, but... The clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcome distraction as I search for the said object. Each stride my feet takes also echoes through the empty workplace. Wo sind sie auf einmal alle hin? I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago, and with me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learned to appreciate. Fühlt man sich dann nicht noch einsamer, wenn die eigenen Schritte so einen Lärm machen? It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 copies are already strewn about on the ground, the paper tray having also been left ajar. Sighing, I pick each of it up to put it someplace proper. But the page that greets me next makes my blood run cold. Surprise! Interessant, was ist das für eine Schriftart? Ich wusste gar nicht, dass BRC die benutzt. Bloody handwriting. The chill that makes its way up to my spine has a numbing as the day in the attic. The sheets crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as it rasps through my gritted teeth. But before I can even gather myself, take the first steps out of here, total darkness suddenly envelops me. Ich wollte es gruselig, oder? And as if hearing every horrid thought running inside my head right now, something snaps. A soft creak grating through the thin veil of stillness that has descended in the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to take a careful peek over the cubicle's wall. It's her, standing in the only exit of the office, albeit facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around for me to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes and unsightly gait. The same person in the attic. I take a step back and the pen I'm holding slips from my hand. Her entire head turns. A scream almost escapes my mouth and I duck underneath my table as quickly as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. Quicktime event? I can hear the bone-chilling sounds of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and telltale squelch of something wet as she walks towards me. Nearer and nearer. The sounds are slowly getting louder, and the only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is my hand as it covers my mouth. Someone please save me. Anyone. I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please don't let her hear me. Use spacebar to... Nicht gut. Gar nicht gut. Achievement unlocked. Oh oh. Ich glaube, das war nicht gut. Oh, ich muss das...
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
When the last lines of my prayer has left me, all that remains is a hush. None of her footsteps, nor those chilling sounds she makes. Only silence. Is it safe? Another second passes, and when nothing comes... Wiederholt die das Gebet? What? Hallo? Oh, wann habe ich gespeichert? Ich glaube... Oh, okay, direkt neue... Moment, das muss ich mal gucken. Ich weiß nicht, mit wem ich hier... Das habe ich gerade nicht gesehen. Ich weiß nicht, mit wem Relationship schlechter geworden ist, ehrlich, oder besser. Ist das Ash? Ich weiß es nicht. Okay. Das erste ist noch relativ leicht. Okay, ich glaube, wir sehen uns dann, wenn ich es geschafft habe. The seconds, minutes stretch out before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly I open my eyes to take a peek. I don't dare move or make a noise. In the face of such terror, I can only beg, lay out silent pleas to whoever is out there. Moment. Ich weiß nicht, was hier passiert. Please, please, don't let her notice. I want to live. Ja. Oh, okay. To be continued. Okay, das ist jetzt offenbar das Ende der Demo. Am Schluss war es dann doch nochmal gruselig, das muss ich sagen. Ich weiß nicht, was ich davon halten soll. Also die gruseligen Stellen, die sind gruselig. Und dieser große Seifenoper-Anteil, der zieht mich irgendwie auch in den Bann, aber ich weiß nicht, wie das so für ein Let's Play ist. Ich finde es nicht uninteressant, aber ich glaube nicht, dass ich im Moment dafür tatsächlich 20 € ausgeben würde. Ich guck mal, wenn es das irgendwann günstiger gibt, vielleicht. Schreibt mir in die Kommentare, was ihr von dem Spiel haltet. Ob ihr vielleicht die Demo auch gespielt habt oder auch das Spiel habt und andere Entscheidungen getroffen habt. Wie ihr Entscheidungen getroffen hättet, wenn ihr an meiner Stelle gewesen wärt. Das würde mich schon mal interessieren. Und ansonsten, diejenigen von euch, die mir bis hierhin zugesehen haben, vielen Dank dafür. Vielen Dank für eure Zeit. Passt gut auf euch auf und hoffentlich bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss!